Hey guys, it's Cassie coming at you with another video, and I'm sorry that I've been gone for so long, but my computer is literally broken. So that's why I've been gone. I have had nothing to use for the longest time, but thankfully I have the most amazing boyfriend in the entire world, and he's letting me use his brand new laptop. Quick channel update. I'm going to be combining my two channels, which is Cassie Sturmer and Creative Cassie. You are watching me on Creative Cassie right now. Cassie Sturmer is my more lifestyle, casual channel, and Creative Cassie is my more professional makeup channel. So I'm going to be combining the two because I really feel like I'm putting two big parts of me into two separate bins, if that makes sense. So I want to bring them all back into one because that embodies who I am. I think I'm going to use the other channel, Cassie Sturmer, as a vlog channel. I don't know how often I'll be posting on it, but it will be there just in case I need it. So there's that. Alright, so I think that's everything. Let's get right on into the video.
Alright guys, so starting out I'm going to be grabbing about a dime-sized amount of coconut oil and massaging that into my skin. Don't mind me if I'm talking throughout this video, it actually wasn't supposed to be a voiceover, but the air conditioner was making way too much noise. I'm going to be using this men's lotion as my all-over face primer. And the reason is glycerin is the second most used ingredient in this lotion, and as you massage that into your skin, it becomes tacky, so it'll do great with holding your makeup to your face. Your foundation will not be sliding around. For foundation, I'm going to be using this heavy-duty concealer from Hard Candy, the Glamouflage. And I'm going to be using the concealer as a foundation because it actually works a lot better than the foundation that goes with this concealer. I'm going to be using a darker shade of the same concealer to contour, and I really like the way this makes my skin look like skin. I actually don't end up powdering it either, and that helps a lot too. I'm going to be using this flat foundation brush in a brush set that I got off of Amazon. I'll link it down below. This brush has extremely soft bristles, and that's very important when it comes to blending out any makeup product. So I'm going to be putting, I think it's about 7 dots of this concealer all around my face, my forehead, my cheeks, my jawline, and my chin and nose. And this makes sure that I have enough to spread it around all over my face. I always blend it down to my neck as well to make sure that I don't look like I'm wearing a mask. I know this foundation looks really light on my skin right now, but it hasn't oxidized yet. As I wear it and as I go throughout the day, it'll definitely become a little bit darker, and not to mention the contour shade will help as well. I'm going to be taking a damp beauty blender, and make sure it's not soaking wet, just damp. And I'm going to be tapping all around my face, and this will improve the texture of the foundation as it's on my face, and it'll take off any extra product that I don't want to be wearing or that I don't need. Now I'm going to be putting a couple little dots of my contour shade on my cheekbones, and I'm going to be using a more dome-shaped brush. It doesn't necessarily have to be dome-shaped, it's just the next clean brush I had, and I usually use this for contouring. I'm going to be spreading it up my cheek, and I'm going to be going up my temples and forehead and going slightly down on my jawline. You can also blend this down a little bit below your neck. I wouldn't go too far though because it can look really unnatural. I'm going to be taking my damp beauty blender, and with the bottom of it I'm going to be tapping off any excess product and blending the product out. I'm also going to be taking my foundation brush with any leftover foundation / concealer on it, and I'm going to be using that to blend out the edges. Going in again with my beauty blender, I'm going to be tapping and blending it in. Now taking out my Mayron setting powder, I'm going to be using this to set my entire eye area, and I don't powder any of the rest of my face because I find that, I don't know why, but it just makes my face look like a chalkboard or like I have chalk all over my face. It just brings out the imperfections in the texture in my skin. Now I'm going to be taking my RC Cosmetics 120 color Youth Edition palette, and I'm going to be taking this brown shade, and I'm going to be using this angled fluffy brush to bring that from the outer corner of my eye all the way up into my crease and blending up towards my eyebrow. I use this as a transition shade. I will be going in with a darker shade after. I will also link that palette down below. Now I'm going to be taking a more dome-shaped brush, and I am so sorry that I didn't give you guys a better look at this, but it's inside the brush set that I'm going to be linking down below, so I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. I'm going to be taking that same transition shade that I just showed you and putting it underneath my eyes very lightly. Now I'm going to be taking the ColorMates eyeshadow palette. I don't know what number this is in or what theme it's in. And I'm going to be taking this deep reddish brown with a more dome-shaped brush, but flatter than the one that I just showed you. I'm so sorry I forgot to show you guys. And I'm going to be taking a very little amount at a time and blending it very carefully. It is very easy to put way too much eyeshadow on and then you can't go back and then you're screwed. Next I'm going to be taking that powder brush that I used to set my eyes and a little bit of translucent powder and blending out any harsh edges. Repeating the process on the other eye. Now I'm going to be taking this very tiny, it's literally an art brush, and I'm going to be using that same color on my lower lash line, and I'm going to be putting it on my upper lash line as well, and I'm going to use this to line my eyes. I don't necessarily use eyeliner on a day-to-day basis. In fact, I use it very rarely because I don't like how harsh it is and how precise you have to be, otherwise it can look really bad. So I stick with eyeshadow because it's softer and it still gives you a darkened lash line. Next I'm going to be curling my lashes, and I like to start from the base and then curl all the way up to the tips, and this gives a beautiful C shape to your lashes, and as the day goes by it'll flatten out or relax in a more natural way. I'm going to be taking this, I don't know what this is called, it's like a squared off brush, and I think it might be a smudgy brush, but I'm going to be taking that and this foiled, I don't know if it's an eyeliner or an eyeshadow, but it's Milani in the shade 03 Brown Foil. It's really the only color I could find to match my brows to my hair. Now I'm going to be taking my little brushy thing, and you can easily find these in the makeup section of any drugstore, and I'm going to be brushing through my brows before I start filling them in. I'm going to be using that smudgy brush to start my brows. It does a really good job, and I'm going to be filling in the thickest part of my brows with that brush. And I don't fill it in so you can't see any of my skin between the hairs because I want my brows to look more natural. I take the artist brush after that and I just fill in the rest of my brows because they taper up to be thinner and, you know, it's more precise that way. Next I'm going in with my Mega Volume Mascara. I think it's from Wet n Wild, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to be starting with just the tips of my eyelashes. And I'm going to be going down to the bottom lashes and then moving on to the next eye while I wait for that mascara on my upper lashes to dry. And once it's dry, I'll be going in and I will be applying mascara from the base to the tip of the lashes next. And this will make sure that I get every inch of my lashes without getting them all clumpy and applying too much mascara. I also sometimes use these Kiss 11 lashes. I didn't use them today because I've been more casual lately. And for the lips, I go between a lip liner and a lipstick. This is the Wet n Wild 54-7B Breeze. If I don't use that, then I go in with Milani's Color Statement lip liner in the shade 04. And it's really like wearing matte lipstick, only it doesn't dry out your lips as much. I couldn't decide which one to show you guys today, so I'm actually going to be combining them, and I'm going to be putting on the lipstick first and then applying the lip liner over it.
Alright guys, I hope you liked that, and if there's any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. Please remember to follow me on my social media, my Instagram, Twitter, and my email will all be listed in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.